All right. Hello, everybody. Okay, I'm going to start with this SuperGirl. This is SuperGirl. She's an action figure. So when I get an item, of course, I research it before I buy it, but this, I have a bunch of these types of figurines. You may, if you've looked at my eBay store, you may see that I have some listed already. So I've been pretty busy getting these listed. So I thought I'd start with this one. This is SuperGirl, and all I know is it's by DC Direct, and it shows me some of the information. It's sculpted by Tim Bruckner, based on designs by Gary Frank, and I'm just getting a bunch of information off of the box, and then it shows me the measurements and the certificate of authenticity. Okay, so let's start researching this. I'm going to shut off my webcam now because there's no sense looking at me. All right, so we're going to go to eBay, of course. So what I did is generally I start by doing a quick search to see, whoops, this is actually, let me go to another window. Show you where I start. First, I'm going to start looking up the name on eBay. Just start from there. All right. So we'll put in SuperGirl DC Comics statue. And generally, when I shop on eBay, it's going to show me the lowest price first. And it's going to show me that there's 179 listings. I don't know if you can see my mouse as I'm moving it. It shows me there's 179. Now I'm going to adjust this to highest price first so I can take a look at, now this is current listings. I can see what active listings there are out there. Now this is not my girl. I can tell by the design. I actually sold one of those. I might even have one of those in my store now. But this is not the current one that I'm trying to list. So I'm scrolling down to look for my girl, my design, and then we'll see, there she is right there. So they're asking $350. That's the highest priced one at $19.99 shipping. Now I can click on it and go take a look at how they have it listed. They don't have any offers, and they're listing it as sealed, brand new. And then I'll take a look at their terms, their listing, to learn from them. They only have one little section about the item, and then the rest is all of their terms and rules and all that. All right, so let's get out of there. And then the next one up is at $315, mint condition, and that's asking price. So I want to go up now and take a look. There's not as many listed, so I'm going to go ahead and look at sold and see if anybody's sold any of these. Now next we see the SuperGirl at the top are not my girls. So this is a different SuperGirl. And we scroll down, and I've sold that one actually, SuperGirl. Okay, let's scroll down and see if we can find the one that I have right now. Who knew there were so many SuperGirls, right? Lately, it seems like SuperGirl has been selling better than Wonder Woman, believe it or not. Let's see. I'm still not seeing it. The prices are going down, down, down. Okay, here we go. $124.99, and that was an auction, and they only had one bid. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up in a new tab. And then I'm going to switch this back. Now, when I'm in a situation like this, personally, I never list an item without researching it first. I research it to determine how I'm going to list it because I want to have the best strategy. So looking at these listings, we can see that many people have them priced very high, $350. Well, they haven't been selling. I'm not sure how long they've had this on. Sometimes you can find out if they did a revise. Last updated 2017, view all revisions. And then we can go in and take a look. And okay, so October 2017, they've had this on since. So that's a long time. And you guys know me, know how I hate inventory. I like to try to sell it a little bit faster than that if I can. So 350 is a bit steep. And then the next one, 289, 95. All right, now I'm going to go over to WorthPoint. Let me go see, copy these words, and I'm going to go into my WorthPoint account. See if we can get more information than what eBay has to offer. So right now, WorthPoint is going to show me the highest to the lowest. And again, it's showing me all of the SuperGirls. Again, it's what keywords that I'm using, and these are the keywords that I'm using in this search, so it's pulling up all SuperGirls. So we're going to look for our SuperGirl. And they sure have been selling well throughout the years, that's for sure. All right. Haven't seen ours yet. I'm trying to find what is, there it is right there. So the most one of these have sold for is $179.99. That's the highest price. Now let's see which one has the sale date. So now we can take a look at the most recent sales. There it is right there. $32. Oh, that's not good. All right. Well, it could have been that person. Let's see what they did wrong. Estate sale item issue. Only one statue for sale, limited edition. No damage. I don't think they had the box, but still. Okay. Now, based on this little bit of research that I've done and taking a look at these very high prices, I think what I'm going to do is go somewhere in between. So 350 is pretty steep. And 315, 289, there's one for 289. And it's going down. There she is, 169.95. $124.99. Okay, let's look at the $124.99, had $10 shipping. So with that said, if I listed mine at $130, let's say $130 free shipping. I think we should be okay. Or I could do 150. Let's go back and look at these that have sold. Yeah, this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the SuperGirl, even though it's not mine. I'm going to see what category the biggest top seller was in. And it was under action figures, comic book heroes. And I'm going to sell one like this, and I'm just going to adjust it to mine because that was a top seller, and I'm going to use that as my example because they did really well. And of course, I can go back to get some keywords. That one didn't sell well. Let's go to other good sellers. Now see, this one that only sold for $124.99, they had it under the category of collectibles, comics, figurines. Whereas this other one was in the, oh, it was too, sorry, collectibles, comics, figurines. Sorry, it was in the same one. I thought it was a different category. No, I guess that's where they're all going. Pardon me. So it's important to check that out because I could have swore, honestly. Let me go back. Oh, they had a second category, toys and hobbies, action figures, comic book heroes. So they had a second category, and guess what? I'm going to add a second category because that worked for them. So let's go ahead and add that second category, toys, action figures, comic book heroes. Perfect. All right, now let's readjust the title, SuperGirl, cold cast, porcelain, DC Direct. I'm going to put statue and figurine. I'm going to put comic book, action. Do I have room? Yeah, I do. Those are all important words, so I'm going to use all of those. Now, I could also include, this does not have a UPC number, so it does not apply. There is nothing wrong with this, so I'm going to put mint in original box. And then, whenever I come down, I'm not going to add photos yet, because I use my cell phone to do my photos. So I'm going to skip this part because I'm on my laptop right now. So I'm going to skip this part. And whenever they recommend some specifics, I'm going to go ahead and accept all of those. They all work. The brand is actually, oh, it's DC Direct. SuperGirl. It's not signed. I don't know the year. And I don't know if it says where it was made. It's from China. Oh yeah, 2000. It says it on the bottom of the box. So it was made in China. And the year 2000. Okay, now as I mentioned, or I talked about, or I guess I had it posted, that I would show you how I do templates. So now I'm at the description box, and you'll see there is this description box. Standard, HTML are the two choices. Now I'm going to scroll over to the right, and I'm going to click on Advanced Editing. And when you see Advanced Editing, you're going to see a place for Insert Custom Templates. And you can see it's pretty easy to create a template. You can click on create a template, and then you give your template a name like DC Comics, and then you can pre-fill whatever words you want in here. So what I do is I'll put add, or I'll put replace, or just put title, and then I'll add something like smoke-free, photos show all, or whatever you'd like. And then I like to use 18 font because it's a little bit bigger. And then you just click create. And then now you have that added to your template list. Now I'm going to go back and manage templates, and then I can choose the one that I just made, and I can delete it. So it's pretty easy. They allow you 10 templates, so you can go in, and then as you're not going to need them anymore, you can delete them. So in this example, I already have a template called action figures. So I'm going to click on it, and now you can see it says insert title, and then original action figure photos show all. And then I also have a link ready that I created ahead of time that will take people to the category in my store that shows all of the action figures I have listed. So if I scroll to the top now, I grab that title that I created and scroll back down, and then insert that title, paste, and then I just start. I like short, sweet, left margin, goodness, that style. Oh yeah, it was numbered. I forgot that part. It's numbered number 228. Forgot to add that. Limited edition number 0228 out of 2008. Never displayed. So I'm going to go back up because that is actually, where did I add that? I want those words up there. So I'm going to put, now if I had some issues or something was wrong with my box or my item, this is where, in this condition box right here, is where you put your flaws. And so what I would do is I would copy the title and paste it in the description, and then I would copy the condition, and then I would scroll down and paste that in the description as well. And then I basically have my description done. Now the price. Based on the other comic book, or excuse me, the other girl that sold for more, oh, I just had an offer expire on something. Okay. I would, I want to price it a little high now that I've had some time to think about it, but I don't want to go too high because in the 200 range, I think they were a bit out of the ballpark. So I'm going to try 175, and I'm going to go ahead and make an offer on it. And then I'm going to have free shipping, fast and free, same day shipping as long as they purchase before 11. And then 30-day returns. And now I just put in my box size. So let's say it's 12 by 10 by 10. And then let's say it weighs 16 ounces. And now I'm going to save and continue later, because now I'm at the part where I need to go take photos. And the next, or usually what I do is I will set a goal for myself to go through this system and list at least 5 to 10, get them all ready so that now I can go to my photo center and then pull up my phone. So let's see if I can show you this. I'll try. Let me switch this to my webcam. I've never done this before with my phone, so we're going to find out in a minute if this will work. Okay, there you are. Okay, so here's my smartphone, and I'm going to go to eBay. Let's see if I can pull this off. Okay, I'm going to go to eBay, and then I'm going to go to my eBay. Oops. When I go to my eBay, and I'm going to go to selling. And then when you scroll down, you'll be able to see, you'll be able to see drafts. And then there's my SuperGirl draft. You can also click on see all. Now there's the SuperGirl draft that we just did. And now all it needs is photos. So I can click on the photo. Now if I'm at my photo center, I would click on camera and I would just simply start taking the photos with the camera. And then of course I'm not gonna I don't have that right in front of me, but just to show you how it would work. So I would click that and then save, and then it'll bring that in. But I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to click on photo library because I already, sorry. I'm going to click on photo library because I did take pictures earlier. And then now you can see I have them all in my library. So I just highlight them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I highlighted, oh, I got to delete one of my pictures. Photo library. Okay, so now they all popped in, and I just click done at the top. I can't see it. All right, and then now I can click continue if I want to list it right from my phone, but I prefer to just click save. And then now, oops, hopefully I didn't just press the wrong thing. I didn't. Okay, so now they're saved. Okay, so now you can see that they're still in my draft folder. And then now I'm going to put my phone down and I'm going to go back to my computer. All right, now let me refresh this draft area and I can pull it up. And there's the SuperGirl with the photos all loaded. And now they need to be edited. So I could just pop in here. Now, you can do this from your phone, but personally, I don't like to because I've noticed that the editing tool directly on your laptop or your desktop is better than using the mobile one. So if you click on adjust autofill, I can use the highlighter, brighten it up a little bit, give it some contrast. There we go. And then work my way through the photos. I actually just hired my first virtual assistant, and she does this for me. So I've had her for a couple of weeks now, and it's going pretty well, and I've learned that I can get items up faster. So down the road, that's something you might want to think about. I like to have all 12 photos as much as possible. I know how important it is because as a shopper, I know how I like to look at everything on the photos. And when someone only has a couple photos, I tend not to shop from them. So as they say, list your items like a shopper and you'll become a better seller. So when you list things the way that you like to see them. The other tool that eBay has just added is the sharpen or strengthen. And that's located, so the first one is crop. That's how I crop my items. And then the next one is rotate. And then this one's to brighten or darken. And then this is the straightener or sharpen. So sometimes it's needed if you, especially if you have a lot of words. And then don't worry if you make a mistake. Oh, and then this one is the magic wand, I call it. You can try that out. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. And you can always click reset. So like say if you've gone through here and you hate it, don't worry, it's not in stone. You can click on reset and start over. All right. I like to show all the sides of my items so they can't come back to me and say, hey, you didn't show this in your photo. So I try to cover everything as much as possible. I apologize. I forgot to shut my phone off. Decline. Okay. All right. And then I also wanted them to see that she still had the padding around her cape in the back. It's never been removed. So that is clear evidence that she was never on display. So that should increase the odds a little bit. And it can be a little time consuming, but I feel it's worth it. Let's sharpen that up a little bit. Because you want to increase your odds as much as possible for a sale. And that's why I like to take the time to go through. And then, let's see, she looks more like a woman than a girl to me. I thought she looked quite old, but now you want to look at your pictures because that first photo is going to be the most important one that's going to help sell your item. So especially that first photo, you want to make sure it's nice and clear and crisp and sharp so that it'll help bring people in to purchase. Okay, now we'll scroll down. Now everything's there because I've already done it and it's ready to rock and roll. So I'm going to click List Item. And there you have it. And then after it goes live, I'll just go ahead and take a quick look and make sure that I didn't miss anything. Sometimes I will, if I want to email it to someone, I would click on this and then send it to someone in an email. Or if I want to share it on Facebook, I would click the Facebook one, and I might want to share it in a group, which the group that I like to share is called Free Auction Advertising. And you could just write something if you want. You don't have to write anything, just listed on eBay. This SuperGirl figure. And then I can post it to Facebook and shoot it out to my Twitter account. And I could put it on Pinterest. I have a board on Pinterest called my eBay store, and I could share it there if I choose to. I actually already have an automation system, so it's already been shared there, so I'm not going to click on it. But this is one way that you could do it. I would suggest that when you do share it on Twitter or Pinterest, to check your hashtags. They usually pull one in, and they use DC Direct on this one. So you can add a couple more or change it as needed. And then you can even take it a step further and add it to collection. So if you have a collection on action figures, I have one on DC comic books. So I'm just going to call it SuperGirl figurine and add it to the collection. So those are just a few little ways that will help put your item out there in the World Wide Web. And so that's another angle. So just for fun, we'll come back and we'll refresh the page. And see, I've already had 10 page views. So could it be because I shared it on social media? Probably. Or it could be somebody has SuperGirl in their search. And then you can kind of just double check and make sure that everything looks good. If you need to change anything, you can always go in and revise it before, if it's an auction, you can revise it before someone bids. And I think it came out pretty good. Now, doesn't she look like a woman? She looks like an aged Supergirl. Okay. And that is basically it. And so that's my little strategy. If I want to list an item on eBay, again, I go through the process of researching it before I list it. I spoke to someone the other day that was telling me how she looks things up and then she doesn't actually list it. So she'll look, oh, I got an offer. Look at that. I got an offer on her already. Seriously? Is that one of you guys out there messing with me? $50. What is that? So we're going to make a counter offer. Let's go. Let's see. Let's go. What do you think, group? $50 is not enough. Actually, I can either decline or I can counter. So I just listed it. So I'm going to counter at 150. We'll see what happens. That's funny. I've never listed something that fast, especially during a demo here. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording because that's basically what I do. And then I always save it to drafts and then go through the same routine with photos and everything. So that's it in a nutshell.